80s who still walks confidently, remembers names, enjoys conversations, and seems genuinely interested in life? People often say they're lucky, but in many cases, it isn't luck alone. Research increasingly shows that the habits we maintain throughout life, and especially after retirement, have a profound effect on how we age. According to experts like Dr. William Li, the body has remarkable systems that support repair, circulation, immunity, and even brain health. Today, we're talking about 6 habits that are surprisingly rare among people aged 75 to 85. If you still do these things consistently, you are not just aging, you are aging with resilience. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why these habits matter, how they protect your body, and what you can start doing today, even if you're already in your 70s or 80s. Let's begin with the first habit. Have you ever looked at someone in their late 70s or early 80s and wondered how they still seem so full of life? They walk with confidence, hold conversations with clarity, remember details from years ago, and often appear more energetic than people decades younger. Many of us assume that this kind of aging is simply the result of good genetics or luck, but modern research paints a different picture. While genetics certainly play a role, the habits we maintain throughout life, and especially after retirement, have an enormous impact on how we age. That is why today's discussion is so important. According to experts such as Dr. William Li, the human body possesses remarkable systems designed to protect, repair, and regenerate itself. These systems influence everything from blood circulation and immune defense to brain function and energy levels. The choices we make every day can either support these natural processes or gradually weaken them. Is that decline is inevitable and unstoppable? Certainly, aging brings changes. Muscles may become weaker, joints may become stiffer, and recovery may take longer than it did at age 30 or 40. But there is a profound difference between normal aging and accelerated decline. Normal aging may mean moving a little more slowly. Accelerated decline often results from inactivity, poor nutrition, isolation, chronic stress, and neglect of overall health. Think of 2 people who are both 80 years old. One spends most of the day sitting, rarely exercises, eats very little protein, and has become socially withdrawn. The other takes a daily walk, eats nourishing meals, stays connected with family and friends, and remains mentally engaged. Both individuals are the same age on paper, yet their bodies and minds may function very differently. This is why aging well is not merely about adding years to life. It is about adding life to those years. The years between 75 and 85 represent a critical period. By this stage of life, many people have already retired. Daily routines have changed. Physical activity often decreases. Muscle mass naturally declines. Balance can become less stable, and chronic health conditions may become more common. However, this decade also offers an incredible opportunity. People who maintain healthy habits during these years often preserve something priceless: independence. Being able to walk without assistance, prepare meals, manage personal care, visit loved ones, and participate in daily activities can dramatically improve quality of life. Independence is not just a physical achievement. It is deeply connected to emotional well-being, confidence, and dignity. And the habits we will discuss throughout this video are among the strongest predictors of maintaining that independence. Ideas emphasized by Dr. William Li is that the body is not a passive machine that simply wears out over time. Instead, it is constantly working to repair itself. Your blood vessels respond to activity. Your immune system responds to nutrition and sleep. Your muscles respond to movement. Your brain responds to mental stimulation. Even in later life, these systems remain active. For example, a short daily walk can improve circulation. A protein-rich meal can support muscle repair. A meaningful conversation can reduce stress hormones. Learning something new can stimulate the brain. These actions may seem small, but when repeated consistently, they create powerful long-term effects. The opposite is also true. Long periods of inactivity, isolation, poor nutrition, and mental disengagement can gradually weaken the very systems designed to protect us. Over the years, researchers have observed that certain older adults consistently maintain better physical and cognitive function than their peers. They are not necessarily athletes. They do not all follow the same diet. They do not all have perfect health histories. But many of them share several common behaviors. They keep moving, they nourish their bodies, they stay mentally engaged, they maintain relationships, they adapt to setbacks, and they continue to find purpose in daily life. These habits may sound simple, yet they are surprisingly uncommon. Many people gradually stop doing them as they age. That is why someone who continues these practices into their late 70s and 80s often appears remarkably vibrant. And you are already 75, 80, or 85 years old, I want you to hear something clearly. It is not too late. Many people believe that healthy aging is determined only by what they did in their younger years. While earlier choices matter, the body continues responding to positive habits throughout life. Starting a gentle walking routine, improving protein intake, reconnecting with friends, or engaging the mind through reading and learning can still provide meaningful benefits. Progress does not require perfection. Even small improvements, practiced consistently, can enhance energy, mobility, confidence, and overall quality of life. A message for younger viewers. And if you are younger than 75, this information may be even more valuable. The habits that support healthy aging are not reserved for old age. They are investments made throughout adulthood. Every walk, every nutritious meal, every meaningful relationship, and every effort to stay mentally engaged contributes to the foundation you will rely on decades later. In many ways, aging well begins long before we think about aging. The real goal. Ultimately, the goal is not to avoid aging. No one can do that. The goal is to age with as much strength, clarity, independence, and joy as possible. Imagine being 82 and still able to enjoy a walk in the morning, prepare a healthy meal, laugh with family, learn something new, and feel that your life still has meaning. That is what healthy aging can look like. It is not about looking young. It is about remaining engaged with life before we move on. As we continue through the rest of this video, I want you to think about your own daily habits. Ask yourself, how much do I move each day? Am I nourishing my body properly? Do I challenge my mind? Am I staying connected to people? How do I respond to setbacks? What gives my life purpose right now? Constantly appears in studies of healthy aging. It is not an expensive supplement, a complicated fitness program, or a trendy wellness routine. It is walking. For adults between the ages of 75 and 85, walking may be one of the most powerful and accessible forms of medicine available. And the remarkable thing is that it does not require a gym membership, special equipment, or athletic ability. A simple daily walk can support the heart, muscles, brain, joints, and even emotional well-being. Yet many older adults gradually stop walking regularly. They may move around the house, but they no longer take intentional walks. Some avoid walking because they feel tired. Others worry about falling. Some simply lose the habit after retirement. The people who continue walking, however, often preserve something that becomes increasingly valuable with age. Mobility, why walking matters more after 75. As we age, several changes occur naturally. Muscle mass declines. Balance becomes less stable. Joint stiffness increases. Circulation may become less efficient. Recovery from inactivity becomes slower. Walking directly addresses many of these challenges. Every step activates muscles in the legs, hips, and core. These muscles help maintain balance and support daily activities such as standing up, climbing stairs, and carrying groceries. Walking also stimulates blood flow. Better circulation means more oxygen and nutrients reach the brain, heart, and other organs. Think of walking as a gentle signal to the body. Stay active, stay strong, stay ready. When the body receives that signal consistently, it responds. The brain benefits. One of the most surprising effects of walking is its impact on the brain. Research has shown that regular walking is associated with better cognitive function in older adults. Walking increases blood flow to the brain and may help support areas involved in memory and thinking. This is not imagination. Physical movement and brain function are deeply connected. For someone in their late 70s or early 80s, a daily walk can become a form of brain exercise as well as physical exercise. You do not need to walk fast. A common misconception is that walking only helps if it is fast or intense. That is not true. For many older adults, a comfortable, steady pace is enough to provide meaningful benefits. If you can walk while still holding a conversation, that is often an excellent pace. The goal is consistency, not speed. A gentle 20 to 40-minute walk performed most days of the week can be far more beneficial than an occasional strenuous workout that leaves you exhausted. The after-meal walk. One particularly effective habit is walking after meals. Even a short 10 to 15-minute walk after eating can help support healthy blood sugar levels, improve digestion, reduce feelings of sluggishness, increase daily step count. Many cultures around the world have long traditions of walking after dinner. Modern research increasingly supports this practice. For older adults, it can be one of the simplest ways to add movement into the day without feeling like you are exercising. Walking and fall prevention. Ironically, some people avoid walking because they fear falling. While caution is important, prolonged inactivity can actually increase the risk of falls. Walking helps maintain leg strength, coordination, reaction time balance, confidence in movement. Of course, safety comes first. If balance is a concern, walk on even surfaces. Wear supportive shoes. Use a cane or walking aid if recommended by a healthcare provider. Walk with a friend or family member when possible. Many adults over 75 live with arthritis and assume they should avoid walking. In reality, gentle movement is often beneficial. Walking can help lubricate joints and reduce stiffness. The key is to start slowly and avoid pushing through severe pain. A useful strategy is to begin with just 5 minutes. If that feels manageable, gradually increase the duration over several weeks. Consistency is more important than intensity. The emotional benefits. Walking is not only a physical activity, it can also become a daily source of emotional renewal. Many older adults report that walking helps them feel less anxious, improve their mood, sleep better, feel more connected to the world around them. A walk through a park, a neighborhood, or even a quiet street can provide sunlight, fresh air, and a sense of routine. For someone living alone, this daily connection with the outside world can be especially valuable. The difference between active and sedentary aging. Imagine two 80-year-olds. The first spends most of the day sitting. Walking is limited to moving from one room to another. The second takes a 30-minute walk each morning and a short walk after dinner. Over months and years, the difference can become significant. The active individual is more likely to maintain leg strength, balance, cardiovascular fitness, endurance, confidence in movement. These factors influence everything from grocery shopping to visiting friends and attending family events. Walking helps preserve participation in life. A message from Dr. William Li's perspective. Dr. William Li often emphasizes supporting the body's natural health systems. Walking is one of the simplest ways to do that. Movement encourages circulation, supports metabolic health, and helps the body function as it was designed to function. It is not about becoming an athlete at 80, then another. 5 minutes today may become 10 minutes next week. 10 minutes may become 20. The body adapts gradually, and every walk sends a message that you are still investing in your health. Closing thought for Chapter 2. By the time someone reaches 75 or 85, maintaining the ability to move confidently becomes one of the greatest gifts they can give themselves. Walking is simple, but its effects are profound. It strengthens muscles, supports the heart, nourishes the brain, improves mood, and helps preserve independence. So if you are still taking daily walks, whether it is around the block, through a park, or just down the street and back, you are doing something many people have already stopped doing. And that makes you truly one of a kind. In the next chapter, we will explore another powerful habit,